Monday morning. We got Heinzie here live in the house. How's it going, Heinzie?
Morning, Cubs fan. Morning, Cubs. Always an absolute pleasure to be here on a Monday morning. Great way to start the week for another Rogue Actions, man. And look at all the BYU action. Have a look at the guy.
Dude, look, I'm decked out. I've got the whole studio in blue and white because BYU, anyone who follows college football, we're going to the Big 12. We beat Utah, and I'm celebrating the rest of the year, okay?
There is nothing better than knocking off your arch nemesis in sport.
It only took us 12 years to do it, but I'm here for it. It's actually 14 years for me because I was on a mission for my church for 2 years and missed the last time we beat them in 2009. And so, goodness. I was 18 the last time I saw it. But actually, I was 32 because it just happened, and I couldn't be happier. So we got a mini moment today, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about Lord Vader and some sleeper 5v5 GAC teams. And I have a feeling Heinzie here has no idea whatsoever that I am aware that it's his birthday today!
You got me!
And so I completely ignored the meme of the week he sent me. We're going to celebrate with a bunch of memes about Heinzie. All right, here we go. Heinzie explaining he is not a boomer when he just gained another year.
Hey, Mrs. H is looking pretty good in that picture. I'll take it. That's not bad. She's looking good.
All right, here we go. Here's another one. When you make a drunk Zeta bet when you are low on Zeta mats. This little maneuver is going to cost us 51 years.
I'm going to stop doing that.
Is there a story behind this meme?
No, it's just I always do silly drunk Zeta bets. It's always a good idea at the time, and then when I wake up the next morning, I think, why did I do that? We've all been there. But,
well, if it makes you feel better, while BYU was playing Utah on Saturday night, I'm just an absolute stress case for a lot of BYU games, but especially that game. And I think I made promises to God, to my friends, to the college football gods that I would do a lot of things that I probably can't live up to.
There you go. That's what it's all about. It's always a good idea at the time until the next morning.
I think my firstborn son has a lot of names I'm supposed to use now, so we'll just have to figure out what we do there. All right, next up, when you open Heinzie's stream for the first time and there is a big Aussie teddy bear yelling at you, calling you a legend. Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
It's kind of true. I'm sorry, guys.
And then the last one, here's Heinzie with his voice changer and the rest of the stream.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That wasn't an invitation. That's for your stream, Heinzie.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's for your stream. Oh, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the meme. Be sure to drop in the comments below a little love for Heinzie, of course. Just love to see it. So,
thank you.
All right, let's get into, let's see here. Why don't we get into a little bit of a Lord Vader analysis here, Heinzie. We're going to talk a little bit more specifically on Lord Vader just missing Darth Maul, but so far, or just regular Maul. What are your kind of big takeaways from Lord Vader?
I love the event itself. The event was absolutely fantastic. I think we all agree when we saw Admiral Trench pop up on the first scene, it's like, there he is. Like, I was super excited. That was absolutely amazing.
You like the event better than the JMK event?
Oh, look, JMK was good. I actually did enjoy this event more. I think Jedi Knight Luke's still my favorite, just by a whisker. It's really close. But
Jedi Knight Luke and Mandalorian's events were better than both of these.
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Yeah, but no, I certainly did enjoy it. It was great. I've done all the different tiers now. I've got a couple more ultimate mats to go, but the event itself was great. Character-wise, it's good, but it's definitely missing something. And we all know what that something is, Cubs. It's been widely reported that even with the ultimate, Kenobi is still just that little bit stronger, and we're certainly missing a piece of the puzzle, which we're going to get in 2 more conquests from now, I guess.
Yeah, and if you have the stamina, you'll get it into conquests. I know a lot, even some big whales who are very much so relic-aiding their Lord Vaders over the weekend or before aren't going to be getting Maul on that first conquest because they don't have the time to do all that. But anyway, that's another discussion. Yeah, to me, this is the most predictable thing ever. Based on what they did with JMK, Once Cat came, then the team got to the level that it's at today. Before that, it was good. It wasn't the best. I think Kylo was still better. And so I'm not even like, if anyone has Vader and they're freaking out, like I feel like we knew this is what would happen. They did what they said they would do, basically. So I'm not too worried about this. I mean, I guess it's also easier for me to say because I don't have Lord Vader, but I mean, Maul's gonna come.
I've got him unlocked. Yeah. I'm one of those idiots that has him at Relic 8. It's done. Yeah. I don't have the ultimate on it yet. That was my decision to do that. And I pushed pretty hard for it. I had the requirements ready the day that the last set were announced.
Yeah.
So I had mine ready to go. But yeah, I think considering, I mean, the beauty with Kenobi was at least you could actually use him really, really well in any Galactic Republic team, and he was just really still wrecking teams. Like, he was still doing some really good work. I just don't see Lord Vader at that capacity in comparison to Kenobi. So I think Kenobi has him slightly on an edge. Now, when we see more, we know that that's going to be a game changer for that lineup. There's no doubt. So I think that it will certainly be solid again, but it's just a little bit disappointing to put all of that investment in. And I think we all know how high the investment is in this character. It's enormous. I think it should be...
It's the highest in the history of the game.
Yeah. And I think that it should be a little bit more powerful out of the box. That's probably what I'm getting at. And a little bit more effective.
But you knew, you knew that Maul was going to be a critical piece to that puzzle. Yeah. And so, should it be like I mean, because people know they're going to have to wait for Maul, and so maybe don't spend all the money to rush to get him on day one when you know you're only getting half of a toy.
That's right. Don't rush to get the ultimate, even if you don't need to yet. I mean, really, you're not. I'm not using him in arena. I'm just not. I'm still running a Kenobi lineup.
That bothers you. You think that it should be good without Maul.
Well, the beauty was that I slotted Kenobi into arena immediately, and it still paid dividends, even though I didn't have Cat yet. It just made it a lot more stable in arena and wouldn't drop as much once Cat dropped. I don't see that with Lord Vader.
So it's more of an arena consideration specifically.
Well, I'm thinking just arena off the top of my head at the moment. Yeah, I'm just thinking that off the top of my head at the moment, yes. But we're going to have to see how it goes in GAC very soon, in 5v5, because it'll be really interesting to see how people are going to use Lord Vader that do have him in their lineups, and whether they're going to save it or set it on defense. It's always a tricky one when you get a new character like this on how you're going to use it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, well, I think it'll be just fine. And I'm kind of just in the camp that's like, you know what? We knew this is how it was going to be. We knew that Maul was going to be a critical piece of that, just like it was with Kenobi. They basically told us that would be the case, and so I'm personally not surprised at all. But then again, I'm not the one who went out and bought this character. I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break. It's nothing to do with the state of the game or anything. I just my wallet needs some breathing right now.
I think if there's any Galactic Legend that if you sort of take the brakes off, put the brakes on a little bit, this would be it at this point in time, because it's going to be so much better. But once Maul comes,
I don't know. I'm still nervous. I feel like there's a good chance it'll be better than Kenobi once Maul hits.
It'll definitely be at least par or even a little bit better. They want to make them as even as possible, these lineups. We know that, Cubs. They're absolutely set on making sure that there's consistency across all Galactic Legends, and each one, within reason, can beat the other one, depending on the lineup.
And Maul specifically versus Kenobi specifically. He's got that anti-Kenobi synergy, and a lot of Kenobi teams are running 2 Kenobis.
That's right, yeah. And it'll be even more interesting to see if at this point, a lot of them are going to be without ultimate and obviously without Maul, how they're going to actually fare up on defense against non-GLs. Right. That'll be an interesting consideration too.
Very much so. All right, well, let's move on. A lot to talk about there. We're going to unpack even more of that in Heinz's video. But we got 5v5 GAC back. I know that's something a lot of people are really nice and excited about. Heinz, we're going to talk about, we put together 5 teams we think are going to be some good sleeper defensive teams, some offensive teams. I think especially nice back wall team ideas to get good banners. And before we start breaking down these teams, I just want to iterate. When you are in the end game of Grand Arena, really going up against, up in the Division 3, 2, 1 area, the most valuable thing to you arguably is not trying to get wins on defense. I mean, that's very valuable, but it's mostly for the most part, people are going to manage against your roster. It's about putting teams out there that are going to strip banners. And that's no secret. It's been that way for a while, but that's kind of a big thing we're thinking about here. How can you strip as many banners as possible, even if that team is not going to get a win? So let's talk about these first two teams I got here, Heinze. Aura Singh Bounty Hunters. This takes advantage of a lot of those bounty hunters you are farming already for other things. I haven't quite got there yet, but a lot of people are farming these for GLs, etc. And this is a team that is built to get your Mandalorian, normal armor, the bounty hunter Mandalorian, to his contract fast and delete a character. And if you even just deleting one character, man, that does a lot for your banner game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, these sorts of teams are, as you mentioned, Cubs. You know, I'm playing at the the 8.7 mil GP mark, and these types of teams are key in saving your banners along the way. Getting that payout out or seeing super quick. You need to use a really good team against it, and if you're running heavy at the front line and dropping really solid counters there to take teams out, when you get to the back and you're running out of a little bit of steam, and you come up against some of these, they can really hurt you. You got to be careful.
Absolutely, and it may even be just stripping 5 or 6 banners. That's enough. Bo-Katan's a great one as well. This is kind of more of a timeout team. You've got obviously the tickling birds. Sorry, whistling birds. But the protection recovery is very valuable here. Throwing Django in here can really make things tricky, especially if you got a Relic 7 Django along with Candra's Ordo. Get that Beskar armor out there. Especially if you've got your armor and Candra's Ordo farmed up, this probably wouldn't be the best team for me to place because of where I'm at. But we're thinking about more than my account here. This could really sneak up on people.
If you have your Beskar Mando as a high offense Mando, I've been caught out on that in the past. I've been up against one with 10k offense, and when those birds go off, they took out 3 of my characters at once with one of the counters I took up against it. It can surprise you.
So
you need to be careful.
So tickling anymore.
Yeah, they're not tickling. If they're modded really, really well, especially with heavy offense, you can actually get caught out. It's happened to me. So yeah, definitely, a team to be wary of if you come against it on defense, definitely.
All right, let's talk about 2 more. Now, I know you guys are going to see these Jawas right away and think, what the F? Listen, okay, we're serious about the Jawas, and I'm even serious about undergeared Jawas because, and maybe not mine are really undergeared, but if you're rocking Gear 10, Gear 11 Jawas, putting these on the back wall, you know that they're going to get through them, right? They're not going to get a hold. But the odds of these guys taking 5 banners off of whatever team they take in there is really high. This is like a little layup, right? It's not a 3-pointer. It's not a Hail Mary. I don't know why I'm busting out sports analogies. It might be where my mind is at today. But it's just going to be quick, little, easy points. And those 5 banners make a difference.
Matt, I've won by 5. It's gotten down to the wire in the past. We've all been at that point where we've had really, really close wins and losses. And the Jawas, and I use them, mine are pretty heavily relicked. Like another friend of ours, Pills, he loves his Jawas as well, and they consistently strip banners without fail. You're not going to get a 60 banner win. You're just not, because they're going to blow up. It's just going to happen. The detonators are going to go, and you'll get caught out. But also to consider, it's a really, actually 3 out of those 5 are a really good team in P1 of the Challenge Pit Raid. I use 3 of them with Ray and Wat Tambor, and I get still an easy 10-12% in P1 just using that as a follow-up team.
So yeah, they're not bad to gear. If you can find time to gear these guys up, great. This is kind of more of a whale's paradise. I don't know when I'm ever going to
farm.
But at some point I may just put them on defense and just see what happens. Just put them on the back wall and just be like, even at this gear, will they sneak up on people and still strip 5 banners? Because man, that would be nice to get that. Because back wall teams, most of them, unless you're placing
what else
really
are you going to put in, Cubs?
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to put in? You're going to put in, B, C, D level teams anyway. You may as well chuck those in. If they strip a few banners, great. If not, they probably weren't going to last anyway.
Now, we got to talk about this Maul team. I think this is really, really good for defense. Now, this team's very, very beatable, of course. But the odds of this will strip more than 5 banners likely, unless you're bringing in some good health recovery. because we got Maul lead. You're going to have a lot of evasion. We got an AoE on Maul, an AoE on Sidious with Expose. We got an AoE on Kylo Ren. We got an AoE on Nest. And Dooku's going to hit underneath that protection on the counters. And so when Dooku comes at you, that has the potential to strip even more banners beyond that 5 of just stripping the protection off. This could be a team that strips 6 to 7 banners off, even if it goes down in 1 turn.
Yep. And don't forget, if you get a surprise stun off as well from Dooku from time to time.
Oh, I love those Dooku surprise stuns.
Yeah. We've been caught before, haven't we, guys? You know where I'm coming from. We've copped them.
All right, last 5v5 sleeper team is Troopers. Now, we're including this here. Most people will think of Troopers as a pure offensive team. Try them out on defense. Now, a big kicker I would say is if you've really engineered your Troopers to be a counter to Darth Revan, you maybe do want to use them in that slot because how valuable is that? I'm still struggling a little bit with that counter. I'm still not, it works sometimes. I'm not super confident with it. But if Troopers on back wall can really, really trip people up. And once they get that turn meter train going, it's lights out. And that battle can end really fast. I've seen a lot of people fail to back out in time. And then they're just so loaded that there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, they're definitely a really, really solid team. They always have been anyway, but the relic adding relics to the game 12 months ago has made this team just so much better. It really has. And you can really get caught out if you put it the back line. If you've already used a lot of the counters, things like Vader is not as good as he was, still will do some work. But if you use up a lot of your big counters and you're down to fumes and you come up against this at the back zone, well, you could be in trouble. You really could. And a drop battle is golden in GAC at any time, at any GP level.
Absolutely. All right, guys, those are the 5 sleeper teams. Let us know what other teams you guys are thinking about for this season of GAC, and we'll have more guides for you here pretty soon this week. I am going to be doing my updated top squads video, including the Lord Vader squads. We do that separate GLs from the rest of the squad. And so where is Lord Vader going to fall amongst all the GLs? You guys are going to have to wait and see this week. All right, Heinzie, let's jump over to your video. And as we leave, everyone, let's sing it. Happy birthday to Heinzie. He is 71. He's a boomer and he's bald. Happy birthday, Heinzie. I'm not letting you respond.